A change in the Knoxville skyline will change game day forever and force incoming students to get creative with their parking. A new space in the library just might be your next location for craft night.
Knoxville Transit pretty much has been doing a really good job keeping the buses up and going, getting people where they belong. And I hope in the future they keep doing it.
Big changes are coming to Knoxville's bus system. The bus route serving your area might look a little different. Thank you so much for joining us for UT Today. I'm Grayson Thatcher. A new t-shirt in the Vol Shop this semester has a much bigger meaning than the letters suggest. I spoke with James Turner about how a tragedy brought together the volunteer community.
The Vol Shop recently announced a new t-shirt in honor of Nolan and Courtney Turner. Last October, the mother and son passed away in a drunk driving accident. A few months later, their family started a memorial fund in their honor with a rule.
Another rule that we had was that it couldn't be sad. These were things that we wanted to enjoy.
Nolan was born close to the third Saturday of September. His last party was for the Tennessee versus Florida game in 2023.
I didn't have any decorations for the party. I just thought, watch party, boys. And he's like, oh, we can do better than that. We can make something. So
Nolan and Ella created a Go Vols banner for the watch party that still hangs in his room till this day. His artwork is now on the Nolan Turner Go Vols pennant tee at the Vol Shop. Corey Ham, assistant marketing manager at the Vol Shop, shared the importance of the partnership.
Vols help Vols. It's a whole thing here, the volunteer spirit. We know that whenever we do anything like this, people rally around it, and that's really what we're hoping for this as well.
And rally they did. Close to 700 t-shirts sold in just day one. All of the proceeds going to the Nolan and Courtney Turner Memorial Fund.
It's amazing to see Vol Nation take to it. But it's also, I've been telling people, it's been a very exciting week for our Memorial Fund, but it's also been a super emotional week because I think what got me the most was seeing his name as the name of the shirt. So when you search Nolan Turner on the Vol Shop store, it's the Nolan Turner Go Vols banner tee. And I think about him knowing that the Vols have seen it, that makes me emotional. But then just to know that his art is there, it would send him over the moon. It would just really, he would be so proud to know that it's there. So
the excitement of a game, birthday, and a party. Now, leaving a legacy.
I think the main message we have is just gratitude. Even in the initial response, as it has gotten so much larger than what we could have done in our community with this, just to see Vol Nation take to it.
The t-shirts are available to purchase online or in person at the Vol Shop. From Knoxville, Grayson Thatcher, Vol News.
Knoxville's iconic trolleys took their final trip a few weeks ago, and their replacements come with some price changes. Our Alexis Brunson has the latest.
From the loss of trolley lines to new routes, the Knoxville bus system looks a little different this semester. Officials hope the changes will lower costs, and for some, it couldn't come soon enough.
The Knoxville bus system looks different today, to the delight of some Knoxville residents like Luke Jones.
Pretty much, I'm glad that they are doing that to make Knoxville a new look.
In the form of CAT Reimagined, routes like the trolleys have been reformed into different routes or expanded, something that many citizens criticized when it was first announced last year.
Wasn't originally happy because, free is, free, that's a good thing. But the point is that Knoxville has to make their money one way or another.
Many of their criticisms have been addressed with aspects of CAT Reimagined.
For example, the Downtown Connector bus continues to service downtown in the same way that the green and blue line trolleys did. In addition, routes like the 11 and 17 will continue to service UT's campus through the Strip.
They discontinue the orange line. I'm pretty much, wouldn't mind riding the 11 or 17 or whatever bus goes down yonder.
However, the public's part of the old Orange Line will now be served by UT buses. CAT is also looking at strategies to make the buses more affordable, like free fare for UT students and fare capping, as Isaac Thorne, the director of transit, explained.
What fare capping allows them to do is they can pay as they go, and as soon as they hit that $30, it's free for the rest of the month.
So while people won't be riding the trolleys anymore, they will still be able to get around using the bus system. In Knoxville, Alexis Brunson, UT Today.
You can find more information at catbus.com.
Texas. Students trying to get tickets for the first home game were met with chaos as the new ticketing system was pushed to its limits. Students were forced to wait hours for the app to load before they were able to even request tickets. Many students received an email saying they were not selected for a ticket for the UT versus Chattanooga game. Among these were a handful of seniors, including Jocelyn Stevens.
I'm a fifth-year senior, and I've been to every single home game, and I was really upset to learn that I was not selected to go to the Chattanooga game.
The confusion only continued as days later, more emails were sent out telling students they actually did get tickets. The university hopes the problem will be solved by the next week's home game. The Makerspace is just across from Starbucks in the library and provides a space for students to get creative. Eric Gomez-Vieira spoke to students about how they're making the most of it.
Yes, this is the Medberry Makerspace. We opened in February 2024, so just this past spring semester. And we are a makerspace open to everyone at the UT community. So anybody with a UT ID, whether you're a student, a faculty, staff, a postdoc, whoever, anybody with a UT ID is welcome to use this space.
Well, I know the Makerspace is just kind of like a good place to experiment with making things, and I've kind of been interested in experimenting and attempting to like quilt make, so that's what I'm attempting to do right now. I'm not 100% sure what I'm doing, but I feel like the Makerspace is just a really good place to experiment.
Okay, so this area is our Makerspace Jewelry Exchange. We are encouraging people, if you're creating jewelry, either beaded jewelry or a lot of 3D printed earrings. We even have some beautiful little handmade books where if you create something, you can put your creation up here and trade and take something out from the exchange that somebody else made.
I think it's definitely just like a really good resource to just kind of dabble in a bunch of things if you're a creative person and you want to learn how to make things, or you just already know how to make things and you just want a space to do it and want a space with the supplies to do it if you don't have like big or small supplies.
And the space is really meant to foster creativity, provide a space for fabrication, prototyping, arts and crafts, and that type of work.
You can get certified on any of the equipment in the Makerspace by signing up on the library's website. When we get back, sports have started back up for the season. Our volleyball team saw a record attendance number at their game. We'll let you know how they did. And while we look forward to basketball season, there might just be another thing to look forward to with the new Lady Vols head coach. The start of the year means the start of a new year of sports. We kick it over to our very own Alexi Cowan for all your sports needs.
Thanks, Grayson. What's up, Vol Nation? So happy to be back with you another semester here on Rocky Top. Just as another semester begins, so does another season of fall sports. From football to volleyball and soccer, the Vols are quickly coming back to life. What really lit the torch was the Vols' first football game on the season Saturday against in-state UT Chattanooga Mocs. Fans were a bit tense to see how new quarterback Nico Iamaleava would perform, but boy, were they pleased. Iamaleava threw for 314 yards in just the first half alone, breaking the program record for most passing yards in a half. This landed him the SEC Freshman of the Week for the first week of college football. The Vols dominated Chattanooga, winning 69-3. They travel to number 24 NC State tomorrow for their first road matchup of the season. Kickoff is at 7:30 on ESPN. The volleyball team suffered a tough start to the season, going 0-2 in this first weekend of play. But last night, they got back in the win column, knocking off number 25 UCLA last night with a clean sweep. The Lady Vols started hot, winning the first set 25-15, but UCLA fought hard to keep their spot in the rankings, with the last two sets coming down to the final point. Both the second and third match came to a 24-24 tie, but Tennessee took both wins. Tonight, they host the Long Island Lady Sharks in the Food City Center at 6:30 in hopes to tie their win-loss at 2-2. You can watch on SEC Network Plus. Some huge news in the coaching department. Lady Vol basketball head coach Kim Caldwell announced her pregnancy on Twitter Tuesday, stating that, quote, faith in God includes faith in his timing. The baby is due in January of 2025, which will definitely cause her to miss much of the season. What is the plan for Caldwell and her team going forward? Well, we will let you know as soon as we know more details. Coach Vitello also had a big cherry on top of his summer. At the end of August, he accepted a $3 million 5-year contract extension through the end of June 2029. This comes just 2 months after he brought the Tennessee Baseballs to their first ever national championship title. This deal makes Vitello the highest paid NCAA baseball coach. Our women's soccer team is also staying at home this weekend, and they also faced UCLA last night, but no scoring on either side of the field ended the game in a scoreless tie. They will rest up to host Florida Atlantic on Sunday at 2 p.m., streaming on SEC Network Plus. That's all for this week. We'll keep you covered on every change in the volunteer sports world as the season comes alive.
Thanks, Alexi. Game days on Rocky Top are about to look a whole lot different. A new entertainment district is in the works but could worsen one of the university's biggest issues, parking. A new green space is finally opened on campus. See how students are making the most of it. Last weekend was hot, but rain over the weekend managed to cool things down. Ansley, what can we expect for this weekend?
This weekend is looking a lot cooler. But starting off today, the high is 85 with mostly sunny skies and a breeze. Moving on to tonight, the low is 64 with mostly cloudy skies and a 20% chance of rain after 2 a.m. Moving into Saturday, it's going to be slightly cooler with a high of 77 and a low of 51, but it will all be mostly sunny with a chance of rain before 8 a.m. But overall, Saturday is going to be a nice one to get out and about. If you thought Saturday was good, the weather on Sunday is even better. The high is going to be 78 with sunny and clear skies, and Sunday night will be a low of 52 with clear skies. And that is all for this weekend's forecast.
Thanks, Ansley. A new green space is now open to the public. It's a water feature just next to Magnolia and Dogwood Hall. This new feature stands where Morrill Hall once stood and is part of UT's green initiatives. The park's main feature is keeping stormwater and allowing it to be absorbed into the ground. But for some students like Keegan Marr, it's all about the view.
I think it's really cute. I love coming here to read and to hang out. I don't know, it adds just like a spot on campus to like congregate and meet up with people and to like relax.
The stormwater is just one part of UT's master plan, and if you can find the rest of it at utmasterplan.utk.edu. A new Neyland Entertainment District will change game days entirely. Our Sydney Brackett broke down what the new district will look like.
That's right, Grayson. The University of Tennessee announced over the summer a plan to create a new entertainment district right on the Tennessee River, directly between Neyland Stadium and Thompson Bowling at Food City Center. Not only will this completely change how game days look at the University of Tennessee, but the district will be built on top of the D10 parking garage, a popular tailgating spot on game days, and a popular convenient spot on campus for students to park. Junior Annabeth Lane frequently parks there.
Whenever I'm running late to class, I can always find parking in G10, which makes me really nervous that they're taking it away because where am I going to park when I'm late for class?
The university says there will be garages added to replace the spots lost and more parking for the entertainment district, so student parking is not affected. The entertainment district will be a hybrid condo hotel that will feature 240 rooms, 60 luxury condos, and a rooftop restaurant and bar that will overlook the Tennessee River. Officials haven't yet announced when the project will break ground as they're still waiting for approval.
Thanks, Sydney. That's all we have for you today. I'm Grayson Thatcher. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll be back here next week.